if you guys stick around by the end of this, hopefully by the middle of this year, middle of 2025, we're gonna have the world's first non-toxic inflatable cold plunge. Every cold plunge in the world that's inflatable leaches chemicals into the water. They all do. They're all made of PVC. They leach plasticizer, which is a chemical they use to make PVC flexible. That's an endocrine disrupting chemical. It has phthalates in it. And to the extent that you absorb it in a cold plunge is not completely known, because who the hell wants to study that? Do you want to go sit in tubs with toxic chemicals in it and then have them measure the decrease in your fertility? Like, we know that phthalates do that. We know that phthalates are in PVC. We know that when you're in water with phthalates, your skin absorbs them. So fuck it, don't do that. Just don't go into PVC. But inflatable tubs are really cool. Like, you see me use one every day. I take it with me upstate. I move it around my yard easily. It's easy to clean, fold up. It's just such a cool product. It's easy to move places, to put it inside in the basement. So for the last 2 years, I've been developing one that's made of a material that doesn't leach things into the water. It's just like almost a food grade, like just non-toxic, like rubber plastic hybrid. And it's been really difficult to make. I've had to go to different factories. I wish it was made in America, but if you guys could find a factory or an engineer in America that's willing to do that, let me know where it is, because in 2 years I haven't been able to find it. So we are making them in China, which isn't ideal, but like everything is made in China. So everyone's like, is it made in America? It's like, yeah, if everything would be made in America, if we made things, we don't really make shit anymore. It's like we make very few things. So that's my little defense about why I'm not making it here. I would love to make it here, maybe one day, but we are making one in China. It's designed here. The factory's been great, but it's been really difficult because I want to put something on the market that is like amazing. It's that when people get it, like, holy shit, this product is awesome, and it's non-toxic. So like the product, I want to be so good that like you want to tell friends about it, you want to tell family about it. When they come over, they ask what it is, and also that you have the peace of mind that, oh shit, this is good for you. Like, all the components don't leach chemicals. They don't screw up your testosterone levels. They don't cause cancer. They don't lower your fertility. Like so many fucking products out there. Like, it's why don't entrepreneurs have that in them? Why don't they think like, wait, are the materials we using good for people? Like, how do you not think of that? You're thinking of like all the features. You're thinking about the marketing. You don't ask yourself like, wait, is this good for people? It's like you look up all that shit. Like, a lot of people run these big companies are smart. So it just pisses me off. Like, then you have to like jump through all these hoops to try to find out a good product, when if there was more responsible entrepreneurs, they would just make fucking products that are good for people. It's like, it's harder, but you don't have, like, how do you sleep at night? Like, you don't have like a moral compass? It's just to make money? I guess so. Let's do some push-ups. Get off my high horse. All right. So you're introduced to WAVE Cold Plunge. WAVE Cold Plunge is that product that I've been developing. And it's risky because I could look like a complete idiot. Talk about it, launch it, it not work, and keep doing this channel, and you'll have seen me put myself out there, invest all this time and money, and it not work. And I guess that's a less interesting story. But it could work. I think it's really going to work. And if so, and you're here early, you're going to be along for the ride, watching what it's like to, like, well, we're 2 years into it, but the first 2 years have been really slow. The product development side of things have been mind-bogglingly slow. And I think I'll talk about that later, like why there's such delays in product development if you do things the right way. We could have just rushed to market and took some PVC tub and took some chiller that was in the market, just slapped it up and ran like everyone else. One of the biggest cold plunge companies in the inflatable space already went out of business. That was Edge Theory Labs. I loved what they were doing, but they were selling a product that was toxic. They didn't know it. Maybe they didn't know it, I don't know. But also they just took a chiller, which is the brains of the operation, just took some generic one that was first generation and just sold it to a bunch of people. Like, how do you know how good this product is? We started with a generic chiller, because it's really a simple device. It's like an air conditioner that cools water instead of air. It sucks in water from the tub, filters it, cools it, pumps it back in. But so I was like, all right, let me see what are these chillers like? Before I just like put my logo on it, my logo doesn't mean shit. It's not but it's going to mean something. I want my logo to mean quality. Like you see a Toyota or a Honda logo on something, like you open up a shed, you see a Honda generator, you know it's good. And that's just because of the logo, not because of the metal parts that you see. So I want people to see a WAVE logo. Oh shit, that's a great chiller. And that's gonna happen because of what I did. So I took a chiller to start. I thought of like things I would want good in a chiller. So I made all these changes. I consulted with engineers, consulted with people in the space already. So I got caught up a few years. I was new to it and there was people already in it. I paid them for their time. I heard of problems already in the industry. I was like, maybe I could solve them. And I started working with some engineers and I was like, all right, let's make this prototype. We made it, trying to improve on what was already on the market. I was using it. I was like, even at that point, it was like 6 months of work. We finally got like a design and these improvements, stainless steel this component, food grade this hose, like upgraded like access to places. Used it and I was like, hopefully I'll find some old videos or pictures. I hated it. I was like, there's so many things I still want to make better. I was like, I couldn't imagine putting this out there. And this was an improved version. So you have companies just putting that first generation shit on the market and then doing really nice photo shoots and telling you it's great, but like, it's not. They went out of business. So like, what does that tell you? I used it for a little bit and it broke. And I was like, damn, what the fuck? Good thing I didn't sell this thing. And then I had to figure out why it broke. We tried to reverse engineer some of the reasons why it broke. We went to a second prototype, and this is all months back and forth, talking with engineers, me troubleshooting, working with people overseas, time differences. It takes so long. And it's also, you're paying for this, you're paying for their time, you're paying for products, for engineers, and you're not making any money. So now they send a second prototype, and I'm like, all right, this is gonna be good. Use it for like a month, and this is with a bunch of improvements and tweaks, and it broke again. And I was like, holy shit. What is going on? They actually flew to my apartment in Vermont. These are an owner and the owner of the factory where I'm producing them, and maybe their head of sales came to my apartment. We're troubleshooting it together, FaceTime with engineers in China and in America, different places, service centers, and we figured out like a big issue with these like first generation or first like style of chillers, how they cool the water. And we figured out an upgrade that would prevent a lot of failures. It makes the usable life of this product much longer. Instead of them lasting a year or so, some breaking in months, we're hoping ours last like a really reliable appliance, 5-10 years of full-time use. So like we changed a critical part of it, and then we made other upgrades on top of that. And then that was a third prototype. Got that, I've been beating that thing up for like, I don't know, 8 months, 9 months, and I'm not running it in like the way that it's like best use. I'm running it as a test. I'm using it every day in different climates. I'm not maintaining it how it should to really stress it, and it's running amazingly. Then we still figured out things we wanted to improve. We did a fourth prototype. So in 2 years, we're on our fourth prototype, and this is ones that made production. We've had ones in the factory that failed, and all right. Fourth prototype, let me do a set, stop yapping. So we got to our fourth prototype maybe 2 months ago and had to make some changes to fine tune things, increase efficiency, and just prevent more problems in the future. I have that one now, been testing it, it's been great. It's been a little cold outside, so I've had it inside. It's not needed when it's in the 20s and 30s outside. But I'm going to show you guys that product. So you'll see like behind the scenes of how this was made and like in the testing phase of it. So like inside our chiller, there's hoses in every chiller, water's flowing through it. Everyone's using PVC hoses. Those hoses leaching chemicals into the water. Then a chiller is hooked up to a tub. Those hoses, the external hoses, everyone's using PVC hoses. Ours are food grade hoses, don't leach anything into the water. That wasn't too hard to do, that was pretty easy, and I hope every freaking cold plunge company makes that switch. It's not that much more expensive, and what you're selling a product for health. How could you be selling a product for health and not want to give people the healthiest product? And then what sets us apart on the feature side of it is that our tub, our inflatable tub, is also a non-toxic material. So those would be your three components. Your chiller with non-toxic hoses, the hoses that connect your chiller to your tub, food grade non-toxic, and then your tub, a non-toxic tub. And now you could do cold water therapy without putting toxic chemicals in the water and into your system. But I feel like that's the floor. That's a given. Like, why the hell should they? So I don't even want to sell that point. That was just like, I couldn't believe it didn't exist. That's the only reason why I made it. I was like, wait, all these companies making them, no one's thinking of that? So I was like, all right, I'll make it. And I thought it was going to be easier than it was. I didn't think it would take me 2 years. But the tub I still don't have. I have gone through every single person on the planet that would even talk to me about making one. I went through all of them. I think I'm on my, I don't know, 5th different manufacturer, factory engineer, group, whatever. And I've gone through so many iterations on each one and didn't like them. I have a shed full of them right now. I think I'll pump them all up and show you guys. But just poor quality, leaks, using toxic chemicals in their production and lying about it. It was just like, I was like, this is crazy. I almost gave up a few times. We made it really far with one. They made it the one I use every day. And they were like, listen, this was so hard to do, and we're just going to stick to making PVC tubs for people, and we'll visit this another time. They just gave up on me. They sent me my money back, and they're like, we're done. I've been using it every day for a year, and it's been a great tub, but they wouldn't go any further. And then the people that I'm working with now, we've gone through a few iterations, and they haven't given up, and apparently we have our production quality tub ready this week, and they're going to ship it to me. Right now it's December 28th, within the next week hopefully. So in like 2 weeks I should have that tub. If not, I don't know where to go from here. WAVE Cold Plunge might just be a thing of the past, but I really hope not, because I think it's such a cool idea and a great product. But if it does come, it'll be here in a couple weeks, and you guys will see that, and then we'll start the process of, I've never marketed a product like this. I've never had a company, so I'm going to be learning as I go, and we'll see how we could sell it to people. Because like, if you're going to buy an inflatable cold plunge, I can't see a reason to buy another one. Like, ours is going to be white, just because I thought that kept it simple and clean. Maybe in the future we'll make different colors. So that's the only reason I can really see for someone to want to buy a different one, if they want a black one from a different company or gray or something. But other than that, like, why would you buy one that is toxic? Like, some are going to be cheaper, so if you want to go the price route, but also those ones that are cheaper, like, how good are their chillers and how good is their build quality? Like, I would rather buy something, you're already spending a couple grand. Like, if you're going to spend that much money, it almost makes sense to wait a little bit longer, save a few more bucks, and buy one for a little bit more money that is going to last longer and also just be a better quality product. Value over price. Let's do some ab rollouts. All right, thanks for listening. Hopefully you learned a little something. I don't know what. I don't feel like I'm teaching well, but I don't know. I don't think I want to do that either. I don't want to just keep teaching you guys. I kind of want to just hang out. So go to the gym with a plan, work out for a good reason, buy good products, but also if you're an entrepreneur or you're into business, start a freaking company that has like the end user in mind. Like, don't freaking add more toxic shit to this planet. It's already a mess. If you're gonna make something, make it with some dignity. It's harder, but maybe it works. If this works, people that are following now, I'm gonna give away these plungers to a lot of people. I've always said it since I first started this. I already have a list on my phone of all the people I want to give them to. Like, I think like an old personal trainer I had, maybe my high school, like different places I want to give back to. If you're following this early and you're here for the journey, I'll give away some of these plungers to you guys. I don't know, we'll figure out how to do it. And we'll just make sure you have to post something about it. Just not to promote it, but just to share in the community. I think it's a fun thing to share. Not to brag, but just to inspire people. Like, so they see it as not this like trendy challenge. So when they ask you, like, why are you cold plunging? Like, well, what is that about? You'll have some information from watching this channel. You'll know the impacts it has on the nervous system and mental health. You'll know the impacts it has on brown fat, on maybe cancer prevention, mitochondrial health, skin health, hair health, improved circulation, improved heat, cold tolerance, like all these things. Like, I'm not doing this just for the challenge. I'm doing this so my fucking nervous system is solid. All right. See you guys later.